Okay, Damani, let's bring our fighters in.
The co-founder and CEO of Mutinex, focused on marketing measurement and media mix modeling. He's from Sydney and known for being analytical, direct, and very competitive. And he built a company on measurement, so he's about to fact check this entire industry in real time. Please welcome Henry Innis. The co-founder of Framewerx.ai, a former British commando and longtime Hollywood VFX expert. He's lived and worked across multiple countries and industries. And he's had so many careers and lived in so many places, we're not entirely sure he's not a spy. Please welcome John Attard.
Okay. Let me break it down for you. Henry's going to make the job growth argument. He's going to make the not job growth argument. Easy peasy. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Go for it, Henry. You got 45
well, no
seconds.
one told me how to fight a fucking commando. But for I think 2 points when it comes to AI and job growth. Firstly, our businesses are full of backlogs. They're not full of actually growing businesses. Let's get rid of the fucking backlogs from corporations. Second thing is that ultimately there are 36 million businesses that have never been serviced, that are small businesses that cannot afford a production budget for all of the ideas that we're talking about. AI is going to expand the total addressable market of who can participate in the marketing economy, and that's a great thing. We're about to have 36 million businesses come online to actually engage with ideas for the first time ever.
You got 45 seconds for your open, Mr. Attard.
That's great, but we're in a marketing conference and we're talking to people who, let's be honest, do we care about whether there's going to be more jobs or less jobs in the future, or do we care if we have jobs? In an industry where there's a convergence of content, convergence of media, where we're automating things, where we're becoming agentic, where in the next 2 years, we've gone from 50 years in the future for AGI to predictions to 29. What do we really care about? Is the answer, is there going to be more or are there going to be less jobs? Or is the real question in that future, what is our value and what is our job in that future?
I mean, OpenAI has been promising to replace us in our jobs for the past 3 years in 6 months. So I don't think they've made any meaningful progress towards it, realistically. We still have people employed doing creative. We still have people employed doing marketing. And I think it's, if you look at the entire history of everything that's happened in a technological shift. Are there less people employed in digital content now since the birth of the internet, or more? Answer, there's more. When you make something cheap, people do more of it. Simple as that, simple economics.
30 seconds.
I agree, you make something cheap, you automate it, you make more of it. That doesn't necessarily mean more jobs.
So why are there 2 million digital creators?
Last year, 26% of copywriters were counted by marketing companies. This year, we're projecting 31%. So when we talk about AI and we talk about ChatGPT or Sora, we're not really talking about AI. We're talking about the AI that we're being sold to the general public. But if you take the whole workflow, everything that we do from inception all the way to delivery, distribution, and post-distribution, all of those processes, there are so many processes in there that are automatable. You automate those, then your job, or the job of automation disappears. It gets replaced by more time for real creative.
Here we go. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so 2 things. One, we saw a ton of layoffs during the pandemic. People were losing jobs right, left, and sideways. We've been through a digital pullback, et cetera. And yet, we realized we needed a lot of those jobs back. I'll start there. The second point I want to make is we believed, and one of the very first industries that was expected to be disrupted by AI was radiology, the medical practice of radiology, because you can train it on every piece of data you ever have to detect cancer, and it is better than the human eye. And so we expected we were no longer going to need radiologists, and yet radiologists are the most in demand they have ever been in their entire careers.
I don't disagree. But what you're doing is you're taking a complex system and you're talking about one component. So if you talk about the analysis of radiology, looking at the image, drawing conclusions that then a human being comes and curates, I agree. But the AI is going to be able to present way more information to that one individual, which is the same thing in marketing. In marketing, one person is going to be able to eliminate the repetitive tasks and do more.
But now we need more.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, John.
So
30
I think
seconds.
Apparently, we automated media buying 10 years ago. Are there more media buyers today or less media buyers today? I think we'd all agree there's way fucking more media buyers today than there ever has been. Like, it's absolutely true to say every time we have these high-fabled automations, we have massive increases in jobs. It has happened in the internet. There were 200,000 journalists employed full-time in content in 2000. There are 2 million people employed full-time in digital content creation in America today. That's a 10x increase. History is not with you.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
but what you're doing is you're saying, okay, well, if I was a typesetter pre-internet, then when the internet came, I became an internet mogul. That's not what's happening. What's happening is, it's not a question of more or less jobs. It's a question of seeing what the future is, preparing yourself for that and for those jobs. Yes, there may be more jobs. There may be less jobs. But really what's important is the job we are doing today, the job that you're doing today, is going to change. It's going to change drastically. So you either accept that and take advantage of that future, or you don't and fall behind your competitor that is.
So sorry, is anyone doing the same job today that they were doing 5 years ago? Can anyone put their hands up and say their job has stayed the same for 5 years? Fuck no, it hasn't. Like, jobs change all the time. Jobs descriptions change all the time. Saying that we're in a static job for the rest of our career is fucking lunacy. Does not make any sense whatsoever.
Well, we're talking about the evolution of work and automation and moving forward. But the difference is that when we're talking about AI, we're not just talking about technological increments in our job. We're talking about societal shift. This year alone, in the holiday period, $262 billion worth of retail sales. 20% of that was attributed to AI decisions. We're not just talking to human beings. AI is going to be making decisions for the consumer. So unless we learn how to understand that new ecosystem, how we can talk to human beings and the machine that will now be the filter between you and the human being, you're going to lose market share.
So who's going to do the agentic engine optimization? Who's going to do all of the life cycle work? Who's going to figure out which agentic workflows to deploy? Who's going to figure... Like, you're literally just listing off jobs for people in this audience to have. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you're literally describing all of the jobs that are going to be created to have more marketing jobs live and in real time. So thank you for making my argument for me.
Well, to give you an example, SEO searches and looking at SEO searches, the way that AI is changing the way that the consumer interacts with things.
What the fuck do you think SEO is?
SEO will be different. But now what you're talking about is you're talking about a change. What we're going to see is a change in what we're doing, and we're going to see a different paradigm. Before now, it affected our work, but now it's affecting the way that our consumer, the way that our buyer, B2B, B2C, how that entire economic infrastructure functions. If we don't adapt to that and learn that and take the jobs that we have and change them, it's true. You need an army of people to do things, but now one person assisted by AI can do analysis much more quickly because it's mathematics than you can do it with an army of people.
All right, I'm going to cut you. 30 seconds.
Kind of a little bit like the internet with blogs, right? But we got way less people employed doing blogging and content. Oh, no, wait, we've got 10 times the people now employed in that. Like, what you're saying just doesn't hold up under any historical analysis, under any data analysis. Apparently, software engineers were all automated about 6 months ago. I'm employing more of the fuckers today than I ever have. So, you know, if you look at the job statistics on software engineering, despite big companies making layoffs and all these kind of headlines, what's happened? Net job creation of software engineers is up 100,000 in the US over the past 6 months. That's what job creation looks like. We're not arguing do the jobs all stay the same. We're not arguing do we sit there and all do the same thing. We're arguing are there more jobs in marketing? History says yes.
30 seconds.
Marketing is a consultancy. It's a job where you go, where you have a brand, you go to a marketing company, you say, I need this because it's out of reach. As AI gives more people the capability to do things, they're going to be able to do more things and maybe bring those things internally. The question that we're talking about here, and what we're talking about, if you own a brand or if you're a marketer, the market will expand. How much of that market you capture and how much you expand and you grow is dependent on how much you embrace AI. The idea that things are going to be the same is not true. And the idea that automation doesn't deliver jobs is counterintuitive. If that was the case, why automate? We automate to take the processes that are repeatable, make them something that can be done by machines so that human beings can spend the time on the one thing that AI can't do, and that's original thought and original creativity.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. You got 30 seconds to bring it home.
So an economist called Jevons actually studied this. It's called Jevons paradox. It's the idea that every single time we have automation, we radically increase the volume of jobs as things get cheaper. History supports this. The data supports that there's going to be more jobs. And we're not arguing about do our jobs all stay the same. Like, that's not the argument. We're arguing, are there going to be net more jobs in marketing? Total addressable market expands to all small businesses, and a massive increase to the actual work that we want to do. Hell yeah, it's going to increase.
All right, 30 seconds. You got the last word, John.
So let's say that there are net more jobs, right? The question that I proposed at the beginning isn't, is it more jobs or less jobs? The question is, what is my ROI and what job do I have in that future? The one thing that I do know is doing what we're doing today and how we're doing it today isn't what is going to work tomorrow. Embrace the things that can be automated. Embrace the things that bring production costs down to zero. Then you can invest your money and you can invest your time and you can invest your resources in the things that will differentiate, and that will be creative. Maybe more people, it may be less, but the one thing it isn't, it's what you're doing today.
All right. If I could just tell you anecdotally, I do a fighter brief for every fighter pair where we go through and figure out what side they're going to be on, and these guys got into an argument on their fighter brief. That probably shouldn't surprise you. So let's see who won this fight. Give it up for John Attard. Okay. Give it up for Henry Innis. And it's Henry. Congratulations. Henry Innis, folks.